Piledriver podcast. Let's go. We from the O. You need to know. We got Mike, Vince, and Tony on the show. Piledriver. Piledriver podcast. It's the Piledriver podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? How is everybody? Sunday weekend was great. We are back with another episode of the Piledriver. I am the best in the world. To my left is Tony Forge, and down below is Stabby Vince.
What's up?
What's up?
How is everyone doing today after yesterday?
Tired, man.
Sleepy.
Recovering.
Recovering is definitely the word to be used. Yesterday was one in just crazy. First of all, thank you to the Mega Mafia for packing the house last night. Mega Mafia showed up hard to the point we had to come back and steal chairs from the dressing room to put it in the arena so people had place to sit. Merch was flowing hot, as you can see. Vince's fancy brand new shirt. The baddest witch, Sebastian LaShawn, merch sales were finally available, and they did pretty good. I know that merch was sold aplenty yesterday, so shout out to all the Mega Mafia who came out and supported. We had a killer card, boys. It was a nuts card to begin with.
It was a nuts card.
Lots of matches. Some matches got changed around a little bit here and there. But it overall was just a phenomenal card. Starting it off, and I know that we don't have slides because again, some of the matches we had were changed around a little bit. So our first match was changed around. It was originally going to be, I think, Heather Blue versus Leela Hall was what it was scheduled to be.
Correct.
Well,
Yes.
that match was changed around, and Alexis Littlefoot was added to that match. Triple threat style, and originally Pepper Pride was supposed to be in another pre-show match beforehand. She was added to the Baddies 4-Way Championship match.
So a little bit of a changeroo there.
A little bit of switcheroo. Heather Blue, Leela Hall, and Alexis Littlefoot I did not get to see a lot of, but I know that they were throwing. These girls were throwing.
Yes.
Alexis Littlefoot, probably the best showing from her I've seen. I've seen her a few times, and she has kind of been middle of the roadish in my opinion. She showed up in this one. Like, she showed out. Like, she's, has been hitting the gym. She's been training, and it shows up. You can tell when people are working hard to hone the craft. So kudos to her for showing up because, she definitely got put back on the radar. And so on some people's radar, I was saying yesterday.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Leela Hall was pretty solid as well.
I agree.
I liked her gear. And then Heather Blue coming in was probably the one I had seen the most of, as far as like footage around Instagram, etc. I've seen her name pop up before. So kudos to those girls for coming down and hanging out, putting on a good match. Heather Blue able to walk out with the victory.
Kind of wild to
big
think like the smallest of the three ended up bringing home the win.
Yeah, no, 100%. Overall wasn't that bad of a match though. So
No, not at all.
Baddies division in Mega has been heating up, and this is just proven that this is where they want to be. Then we moved on to this match, boys. Satchmo and El Tic Taco going in a tag team match against Pastor CeeLo and Wrath. Vince, I'll let you take this one. Go ahead, bud.
Okay. This was a great match. We got to see a little more of Satchmo involved here. There was actually a moment where these guys were trying to figure out what was going on. CeeLo put a stop to that, kind of took them both out. a lot of back and forth between CeeLo and Satchmo to start the match. Then we saw TikToko come in, hit a lot of those, some of everyone's favorite moves, especially the Jesus Take the Wheel. I always love when that gets love that. But then Wrath started to try to insert himself, and I had to insert myself in between him. But I didn't know what was going on behind me, except for all of a sudden I turned around and the great Satchmo is 3 honey packets deep, going ham on Wrath. And then in that moment, because both CeeLo and Fast CeeLo and TikToko were down for the count. It kind of stuff was going all over the place. I turn around, next thing I know, TikToko's hitting that final testament on CeeLo. So 1, 2, 3.
El TikToko and Satchmo picking up the win. Maybe now we'll be able to get some answers about this Flux U that has just been. Nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen it since it's been since Jive Turkey. We have seen a new side of Pastor CeeLo, the dark pastor, the viral visionary.
It's scary.
Yeah, whole new, and with Wrath behind his side. I mean, Wrath is a very, very crazy big individual. So time will only tell what's going to happen.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'll keep throwing them out if I need to. With
this win,
watch it, man.
I want to ask you, even though it was a tag team match, El TikToko pinned your Fighting Spirit champion. Does that mean that El TikToko will get a shot at that Fighting Spirit championship, at that belt? And if he does, will he have to watch out for Wrath, or will Satchmo still have his back?
Hopefully Satchmo's got those honey packets on deck.
So, only time
I'm not sure if it'll make too much of a difference.
We do know the next show has been announced. The next show, I believe, is March 22nd.
Second? I want to say second.
Correct.
Yeah, right. March 22nd. Chilling like a villain.
I love it.
So we only see what happens to them. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to tune into Turmoil to follow up and see what's going on.
I'm rocking the Jinkos, man.
We moved into the start of the show, and the brass to open the show. First match on the card, the Brass Knuckles Championship is on the line as the newest member of the, newest stable in Mega Championship Wrestling, Bear City Vice. Vito Mozzarella tries to reclaim what was lost from his mentor, Colt Johnson. This was pretty good, man. This was a good match. You got to watch out for Bear City Vice, though. Norm out there,
he's sneaky.
He's a sneaky booger. Colt Johnson at ringside as well.
Vito's coming up fast, man. Like we saw him debut just a few months ago, and just climbing those ranks. You pair with Colt Johnson, you're gonna get far.
Get that Colt Johnson rub.
That's right.
I was just about to say, getting that Colt Johnson rub. He has already been thrown into a championship match. Unfortunately, boys, he fell a little short in this championship match. Brazzi, not the first time. Brazzi Suave able to retain his Brass Knuckles championship, able to fight off Bear City Vice. Overall, this was a pretty solid match and a pretty strong showing in the Brazzi Knuckles era.
Oh, for sure. I want to shout out Brazzi. He did a move I don't think I've ever seen him do, where he had Vito up on the second rope and started just headbutting the hell out of him. And that was using your head, Brazzi. That was using your head.
That was like the old, who was it? Oh no, Al Snow used to do it, man. He did like
the underhooks. The underhooks, yes.
The underhooks, yes.
That was it.
Brazzi. So yesterday, Brazzi's mask was probably my favorite mask that he's worn. I'm going to throw that out there as well. It was probably my favorite. The color scheme, the blue and the black, looked real good. His shirt, obviously, we all know he has the biggest mouth. He is the biggest shit talker. He had Vito's girlfriend's name on his shirt and said he was her heartthrob.
I didn't even peep that. That's good.
And yeah, I forget what the back of the shirt said. It said something funny on the back too. It was good. Able to back up the shit talk though, so able to keep and retain that brass knuckles title for one more month, or until the next show, and we'll see what's next for Brozzy.
He might lose that. He'll lose that thing on Turmoil, man. You never know.
Well, we'll see what's next for Brozzy Suave.
Not to put down Brozzy or nothing.
That's right. That's Jill Dad's favorite wrestler. That's what it said on the back. That's what it said on the back of Brozzy's shirt. It said Jill Dad's favorite wrestler, which we all know that Jill is not a fan of Brozzy Suave. So it was funny.
So funny.
Next match, look. Jill's in the chat. She's mad. Brozzy Suave even went as far as to have a shirt saying Jill Dow's favorite wrestler, knowing Colt Johnson is one of my heroes.
Oh, man, Jill had a hell of a Saturday then.
Yeah, it was funny. Next match coming out, we had this match we've been looking forward to, and in my opinion, this match was a big letdown, boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a letdown when the ending is the way it is.
These boys they couldn't let the anger go. They ended up, the match started off pretty good. Couple minutes in, they ended up fighting on the outside and just couldn't get it together. Match ends in a double count. Even
Brandon was out there fed up and wants to see a winner, wants to see this resolved.
Yeah. So I have no idea what's going to happen here with Butchie and Chris and Aaron and Ashton, but these boys need to get it under control.
They just need to talk it out, maybe give each other hugs. I don't know, man.
Yeah, because something's got to be.
I will admit though, at the very end of this match, when everything was all said and done, all the jaws were jabbered, watching Onyx hit the Ashton Day thing was probably one of my highlights. I got a good kick out of that, and I believe that I saw maybe Ashton do the crown.
Oh man!
So I was like, okay, boys, okay, I see you.
A little stealing. Yeah, no, 100%. So maybe hopefully something will happen. We'll get something going on between these two. We'll figure out where this stands after that double count out. But in my opinion, that was a big letdown that these guys couldn't control themselves and able to give us a winner out of this, to give us, a kind of closure.
Well, Brandon did let us know at the end of this match that there will be a street fight.
Is that what I think I missed that it was a street fight that he announced.
Yeah.
There you go.
I missed that. Yeah, so I missed that as well. So we'll get a little
further details on that one, but yeah, definitely he popped out at the end there, and he like you guys said, he was fed up.
Yeah, yes. Michelle said she loved Ashton doing the crown. So street fight apparently is in the works. Probably maybe it chilling like a villain. We will see what happens between this rivalry between these guys. I mean, all right. Now
this match.
Now this one. Okay. So originally, Vito Mozzarella had done a favor for his mentor and gotten him a title match. Last minute, Colt Johnson was pulled from said title match and was put into a one-on-one match with, dare I say, mega legend, Ricky Shane Page. Obviously, Colt Johnson, the leader, what do you call him? The captain of Bear City Vice. Going into this, I mean, I was a little worried for him, to be honest.
Ricky.
Yeah, you don't know what Ricky's gonna do.
Yeah, no.
And I mean, at the start, Ricky was throwing Colt around like a rag doll.
Oh, yeah, definitely just showing off the strength, tossing him around, showing that he was the bigger wrestler, the bigger person. At one point, Norm and Vito were on the outside trying to grab Ricky's legs as he ran, like Colt would Irish whip him into the ropes, and Vito would try to grab, and Ricky would just break right through like Norm and Vito were nothing. Just, and obviously telling them to get off, they can't do that, etc. And Ricky's just like, they're ants at my feet, so to speak. Overall, great match in my opinion. This was a good match. The shocker here is that Colt Johnson able to pick up the victory after some questionable tactics, I guess.
Normal Colt Johnson tactics, but still,
victory, I mean, nonetheless over Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Like I even with the Colt Johnson tactics, I'm very surprised he was able to get that dub.
Well, Colt's on his Legend Killer tour right now, so
really is. He really
anything is on. Anything's on the line now. I mean, he can go anywhere now. But
the
I do
indie
want to
killer.
also. I want to point out we also saw a little bit of action from Vincent Nothing in this match as well, coming out
That's
to
right.
kind of kick Bear City Vice to the curb. I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that because I'm a big fan of Vincent Nothing, big scary man. So when I saw Norman Vito squaring up with him, I'm like, that this is wild.
Yeah, it's bad news for them, bad choice for them. 110%.
Yeah.
Like I said, Colt able to pick up the victory over Ricky Shane Page, and I mean that's a win in itself, right there.
For sure.
Let me make sure we got our card right because I know. All right. So yes, the next match I do not have a slide for. So the next match we had a match, and again it was a fatal 4-way for the Baddies Championship. It was Oprah, Super Oprah. It was Vanity, and it was the baddest witch, Sebastian LaShawn, putting her title on the line. But now Pepper Pride has been added to this match in place of Alexis Littlefoot. Okay, first off, Super Oprah's wig got ripped off really, really early in this match, and she went crazy.
Yeah.
It's like pulling the strap down. You pull this, you know what I mean? And
and Mark Henry times, you pull his
man.
Super Oprah went nuts and started throwing everybody around, just dare I say, manhandling everybody, so to speak. Just Super. I would not want to mess with Super Oprah, not one bit. The baddest witch definitely held her own though. Hair flying all over the place. Cole Johnson, Mega Fan X. Hair flying all over the place. The baddest witch out there throwing those crazy roundhouse kicks that we've all seen so many times.
Oh yeah.
The way Sebastian is able to like maneuver her body to like drop down them splits to get out of the way is insane.
Yeah,
is insane. Miles Jacobs in the chat. He said talking EFW. Yeah, we'll talk a little EFW a little bit towards the end here. Before we get into our Royal Rumble stuff that I want to get into tonight. But yeah, this match was another great Baddies division match.
for sure.
Yeah, the Baddies division is picking up steam. We got a lot of women coming in that are really showing out.
Ones we haven't seen before. Some we have, some old familiar faces. It has been just top notch, like competition around here in the Baddies division, and that was proven as the first upset of the night was made, and Pepper Pride able to pick up the win and become your new Mega Baddies champion.
Shocked. Put Oprah to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, leg scissors or like a triangle, or I'm not sure what it was exactly, but yeah.
Joe Dow's favorite wrestler in the chat. Probably swatting. Yeah, Michelle said, I love all the baddies. Mega is a women's wrestling place to be. I agree 110%. And you know, again, something that we're proud to be a part of, dude, for sure. So I believe this was the next. No, this was not the next match.
No, my bad.
You're all right. It's okay. The next match was this one. Okay, so the Mega Tag Team Championships were on the line as one half of them were grabbed by Cash Inc. The other half were grabbed by Philly Marino at the last show. So this time, Brandon said we were finally going to have a set of tag team champions, one team, and that Ken was going to be handcuffed to the guardrail. Okay. So first off, the whole time Ken was handcuffed to the guardrail, she was trying to get Paulie to help.
Whole time.
The whole time she was trying to get the Hammer to help. I don't even think he had a key. He had no way of getting.
Oh, he had the key.
No,
Paulie had a key too.
No, he that's not the key I'm talking about, boys.
Paulie's got the key. But the whole time Ken was trying to get, and this match was going real well. Ken staying out of it. Cash Inc. and Philly Marino Experience just having a banger of a tag team clinic. Without Ken,
as they do,
at ringside, just, the whole taking Ken out of the equation was put on a top-notch tag team match. Even the numbers. And, I guess it kind of proves how much Ken does for Cash Inc.
Yeah, good point.
But, at one point, Skylar was lining up Marino for a spear. Marino sidestepped it, and poor Nate had to take this spear. And he just happened to be there, and yes, he was DED dead immediately.
He hit the ring steps going out, and
they kicked him. When he was getting kicked out of the ring, he rolled down the ring steps. And unfortunately rolled right to the grasp of Ken Vasion. Michelle with that comment right there. 100% like it was. Woo. Right to Ken. Ken able to use the foot to kind of roll Nate closer, kind of get him a little closer, kind of like very Saw-esque, like you're in the movie Saw, trying to get that key out or whatever. Ken gets the key and gets free from the handcuffs. Sadly, this did not work in Ken's favor as Philly Marino Experience hit a Sunset Dreams and knocked Ken out cold.
As this man is coming to.
I'm coming out. I come running out of the back. Obviously, Skylar's getting one. The pin is made. I slide in the ring for the 1, 2, 3, and your champions and 4-time Mega Tag Team Champion.
Is it 4 now?
The Philly Marino Experience. Yeah. That's what he said in the ring. So, unless Philly's wrong. So,
I believe it is 4-time. I do believe it's 4-time.
The Philly Marino Experience, 4-time Mega Tag Team Champions. Well deserved. These guys, this was a match. And again, I don't know if I'll ever get tired of seeing Cash Inc. and Philly Marino. We saw them last year at I believe it was Breaking Down Barriers when we did the tag team. It was a ladder match. That's how Cash Inc. won it from Philly Marino Experience.
Exactly.
They always put on such a good show. But yes, new champs. And I don't know if you can say new champs because just unified champs.
Right.
Finally, we have one set. We have very clear tag team champions.
No, technically we can say these are new champs because when we have them split like that, there's still no one's a champion. Then you unify it.
New champs. And new. So yes, Michelle's correct. And new champions, the Philly Marino Experience. All right. And then we're going to go back to this one. Okay. So it was originally scheduled to be a triple threat match between Tessin Gates, the Suplex Shogun Jackson Stone, and Ray Bruce, who, by the way, is a fucking behemoth of a man.
Right.
Oh my Santa. Like, okay, this fucking dude's a giant. So
Giant Jax.
Shogun comes out, lemonade in hand, one hand, Infinity Championship in the other, and he asks for a microphone. He then states to the crowd and everybody that there are so many people in the back that want a shot at his Infinity Championship that he has essentially changed. And I'm so upset that we didn't call it this because I'm a nerd. He has essentially turned this into the Infinity Gauntlet match.
Oh, why? Yeah, why didn't we do that?
Thanos just Infinity Gauntlet.
It's right there.
And he will take on all comers in a gauntlet match. First person to come out is this giant Ray Bruce, who was originally scheduled in a triple threat match. But hey, now it's a one-on-one match. He's got better odds.
Yeah. And he was
guys,
taking those odds. He was taking it. Shogun.
These freaking dudes put on a this was the very definition of big meaty men bumping meat. Back and forth, close fall after close fall, suplex after suplex. This dude had a giant leg drop too. Ray Bruce had a giant leg drop that was just pretty.
Yeah.
And yes, Jose's in the chat. Shout out to Marshall, that beautiful little dog that was hanging out with us backstage.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, Ray Bruce and Shogun, they took it to the limit. I'm talking, they were almost, I think, 15 minutes. But they kept going, and he wasn't able to put Shogun down, dude.
They had a full match.
And then Shogun hit the finishing move, got the splash. 1, 2, 3, Ray Bruce is eliminated. Shogun's trying to get up, but I think that he forgot that he had just put himself in an Infinity Gauntlet match, because here comes Mike Michaels.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the bully starts going. We start, again, Shogun getting beat up. Another big giant man. And Mike Michaels is no little fella.
Right.
Nope.
Suplexes after suplexes. Mike Michaels hit the bully slam. Shogun was able to kick out. Shogun then hits a big, nasty belly-to-belly. Pins Mike Michaels 1, 2, 3. And then here comes Tessin Gates. Tessin Gates I believe that's who was next, right? Let me check that out.
Yeah.
Tessin came up next. And then Tessin, again, better odds. He's got better odds. Now Shogun's probably even better. He's thinking his Scott Steiner math in his head right now. 66.6 because Shogun's already been beat up. Tessin,
and honestly, I thought Tessin was a front runner anyway. Like I thought he might have put Shogun down himself in this triple threat.
Dude, same.
For sure, yeah.
Unfortunately, that was not the case, as Shogun also got the best of Tessin after a T-bone suplex. Out next, the fourth challenger.
Well, and Tessin didn't let up.
And
Tessin didn't let go.
After Tessin lost, he got up and kept going. And I almost had to throw him out of the ring myself.
He was in top rope stuff, and
he jumped off top rope clothesline, like just would not leave. Very upset, very pissed off that he had lost. He came out and said he was the assassin, and he got demolished. He lost, so I assume he was pissed. I get it. The fourth challenger is a man that we have not seen in months. As Big Mo makes his return to the Mega Championship Wrestling. Oh, I forgot to say this at the very beginning. Not only did Shogun call this an Infinity Gauntlet match, he's taking on all comers, but he also said it was a falls count anywhere.
Oh, that's right.
Infinity Gauntlet match. So he essentially made it a no disqualification match. Anything goes against himself. He stacked the odds against himself. Mo comes out, immediately pulls Shogun out of the ring, hits a belly to belly, and goes for the pin on the outside. Close, probably the closest one. Shogun able to fight back, get a couple elbows in. These big men are trading elbows on the outside. Shogun slams Mo and hits him with a splash from the apron to the ground
It was so good.
and gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Big Mo eliminated. Oh, this guy. I thought he was cute.
Oh man.
Shogun back in the ring. No, I'm waiting, seeing if there's any other competitors to come. Getting ready to Mark's walking down thinking he's going to hand me that title back, that maybe show this gauntlet is over. We have no more challengers. And then the shotgun blast hits. And out walks the Southern Sinner, Colt Johnson, with Bear City Vice in tow.
How did he even get in the gauntlet match?
Oh, he's got his ways. Probably paid somebody in the back.
No idea. No idea. He said he'd take on all comers. I don't think there was a stipulation to where if you hadn't wrestled earlier in the night, you couldn't jump in. Cole Johnson hops in, and because of the stipulation provided by Shogun himself, Bear City Vice interferes a little bit. They kind of go to throw some powder, and Shogun gets just all dusted up, and Colt with the
Knox, man.
And your
All last
new
year.
Infinity champion, the Southern Sinner, Colt Johnson.
And new.
I'll see this, and I will say, Jill, I saw Jill. She was crying. She had tears of happiness when Colt won. She was so excited. Yeah, Colt Johnson mega fan. Can't believe 2 matches for Colt Johnson and 2 W's. And 2 W's. I'll give him that. He did have 2 W's in 2 pretty good matches.
He did.
Able to hold it down.
Bear City bringing in some narcotics and blowing it in people's faces is pretty wild.
Wow.
As good as everything else that we've talked about was this match right here.
For sure. This was a match and a half.
This was a slobber knocker. This was a slobber knocker. Again, these boys had decided they were going to just street fight. There was going to be, all I was told to do was count to 3. That's it. Nothing else. Don't worry about anything else, I was told. Okay. We're going to get a winner. That's it. These men went out and fucking gave it, dude.
They
Cole,
fought all around the crowd. They fought. I don't need from one side of the college, arena to the other side, through the fans. I think
Derek got hit with a plate of nachos.
Yes.
Some lettuce went flying.
Cole's son hit him in the face with a head of lettuce. It was hilarious.
Hilarious.
A random fan was attacked by Derek Dillinger.
Yeah. Suplexed into some chairs.
Derek got out of the way and Colt hit him, and then ended up Derek grabbed this guy and slammed him onto Colt.
Oh, it was a slam? I thought it was a suplex. Oh shit.
It was like a scoop slam onto Cole. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. They grabbed some of the new Mega merch, a Mega lanyard, and Chris Cole choked Derek Dillinger out with it, and then said, "Hey, it's a collector's item. Now double the price."
I saw
Derek literally picked up the sign that said, by entering, the wrestling or Mega, you wave this, and hit him with that sign.
Yes. I believe Derek got hit with that sign too. Cole hit him with it.
Oh, see, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Cole that hit Derek.
I think Derek went to hit Cole with it, and Cole got it out of his hand, and then Cole hit him over the back. And that was when it traveled over towards George's table. I know at one point Derek grabbed the American flag and was trying to stab it in Cole's head. They made their way over by the Mega booth and was choking each other with lanyards. It
Cole
was
Johnson
insane.
hat got used somewhere. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
wild.
one of the
Yeah.
pink Johnson hats got put on Derek's head. And he was getting punched. Just insane matchup. Katie Arquette being ringside didn't help very much either, but she tried her best, I guess. At one point, she tried to give Derek a little chain, and he hit Chris with it. It didn't work though.
Not
Didn't
work.
work.
Chris got up, able to get Derek down and hit him with the Shining Wizard and pick up the 1-2-3. Killer Chris Cole defeats Derek Dillinger. After the match, Derek grabs a microphone, says that this meant a lot to him. We all saw that he was one of Chris Cole's last trained wrestlers before Chris Cole retired. And that, wrestling him meant a lot. So he was happy. He wanted to shake Cole's hand. He shook hands. And then as Cole is getting out of the ring, Derek kicks the middle rope and low blows Chris Cole. Just a classless act by the Neon Tarantino. But, I mean, it's Derek Dillinger. What do you expect?
It's Derek Dillinger. Right. Exactly. Expect nothing less.
100%. Great match, though. Great match. This match definitely freaking delivered. All right. I'm going to let Vince take this one because I know that, Vince was really excited. He got to rep this one last night. And this match was for the number 1 contendership for your Mega Heavyweight Championship.
So yeah, these guys, they were hot to trot right off the rip. I didn't even get time to really get them set in the corners because Christian wanted to just rip Alex's head off. But even then, when the match started, Napier didn't go after Alex. He went straight for Teller. He went for Bryson instead, and I was just like, I knew I was in for something because these boys made me work.
Yeah, nonstop, man. You were moving out there.
Yeah, definitely. Couple close calls with these boys because they love to move. Again, just back and forth between all three of them. It was anybody's game for a while. I mean, each of them hitting all their moves. At one point, I believe that Daniels ended up doing the moonsault on the outside of the ring onto both Bryson and Christian. I also, man, this match being inside of it was moving so fast that I was just making sure I was staying the hell out of the way. But yeah, again, just in and out of the ring. Alex just doing Alex things, jumping off the top rope. Bryson just putting in some great work.
I know Christian had a DVD at one point.
Yeah, on Bryson.
The suplex into the corner turnbuckle, dude.
Yeah,
that was the finish. Yeah,
that was the finish. That's the way they ended it. So
that was into Bryson. Bryson was sitting in the corner, or I'm not sure.
It was he suplexed. So Alex suplexed Bryson into Napier, who was into the corner.
Napier was in the corner. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And Napier fell flat, and then Alex got the 1-2-3 on that. But now we have a new contender for that mega championship.
The former champ that Kalam beat for the title. So I mean,
we're gonna run it back.
Alex is gonna be wanting to get his win back.
Alex has been on one lately. I mean, if you've seen some of the stuff that he's been posting, the way he's talking about himself, about his career, he's got something he wants to prove to at least himself. So going in here and winning this match, getting Kalam back, I mean, and that leads us into our main event. The Mega Heavyweight Championship was on the line as the Demon King Kalam defended against the Lost Prodigy, Dio Salvador. This was a good match. These are two veterans right here. These are two veterans. This was a good match, 110%. We've already kind of spoiled it, I would say, by saying that Alex gets his rematch against Kalam. But, Kalam and Dios did kill this match. I loved it very much. But obviously here, the three of us, We loved the finish even more.
Oh, we marked out.
As we've come to find out that our mega champion has adapted a new finisher, and we love it here. It is called the Demon Spike.
The Demon Spike.
Form of a pile driver. Kalam retains.
Dios got stuck with that thing. Like, there was no way he was kicking
it. The Demon Spike, dude, and that's exactly what he did. He spiked it, and it was great.
Straight to hell.
Kalam retaining the title over Dios. Again, like I said, puts that #1 contendership on the line. You're going to get that rematch. I would assume it chilling like a villain. It is going to be Kalam versus Alex Daniels. And not only did we get that out of this, we got a little bit more information after the show. We saw the one and only Killer Chris Cole walking backstage. He had his towel. He's happy. He just beat Derek Dillinger. Yeah. And he sees Shogun, who is not so happy.
Not happy.
Words are exchanged, and a challenge was extended and accepted. At chilling like a villain, Chris Cole, Shogun, 1-on-1.
Wow.
That's going to be something.
It hasn't even started yet. We're over a month away. We're over 2 months away.
Shogun said,
no, we're not. Sorry, not 2 months.
Cole's was the trainer of his trainer. So I'm not aware. Have they ever, touched? Have they ever fought before? Cole versus Shogun?
This could be the first time.
Amazing.
This could be the first time. Cole's in the chat. Chris Cole.
That's right.
Have you ever wrestled Shogun, the suplex Shogun Jackson Stone?
See if he's still around.
It could be, like I said, it could be the first time they've locked up. So this could be one, that we're definitely interested in. Definitely going to be. Since Chris Cole's come back, he's done nothing but put on first time in the chat right there. Chris Cole, first time.
There you go.
This will be the first time these men face 1-on-1. So I'm very excited about that. But
he's on a win streak.
On a win streak. And just killing. So everybody that's wanted to fight Chris Cole, everybody that's called out Chris Cole, including, Vito Mozzarellas, the RJ Jonesies, the Mr. Crummels, they've all fell.
Yep.
Killer Chris Cole is on a rampage. And, it's like
Shogun's a different level, though, but it's not, Cole just fought.
Derek Dillinger.
It's not like
Chris's name is literally Killer.
It's not like he's fighting Vito again.
Right.
Derek Dillinger.
Respect to Mr. Mozzarella, but
we'll see. But chilling like a villain, March 22nd at Lorain County Community College in the Fieldhouse. Tickets are available now. You can get them through us at the Piledriver. You can get them on Mega Championship Wrestling on their Facebook page.
Will sell out.
Click the link. Front row will sell out. Let's get into a little EFW real quick because I kind of forgot about that we went there. It was on Friday night. It was okay. I saw a lot of the same stuff, Tony. Like there was a lot of the same sequences in this match, in this match.
Gotcha.
Headlock, arm drag, wrist, hammer lock, that kind of shit. It was okay. The best match out of all the ones we saw on EFW. What would you say it was?
I was having trouble paying attention to him just because I was working it.
Vince was working the camera.
And that was a little more difficult than usual just because I was adapting to it. I would say probably Colt Johnson versus Diaz was a pretty good one. But we've seen those boys fight so many times this month.
Right. Did Colt win?
Miles showed up. I always see Miles Jacobs.
That's right.
Sorry. Colt did win a title at Power Slam Pro Wrestling, by the way, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, he did fight Diaz. Ronnie Rotten kind of employed him to fight Diaz and trying to keep Diaz out of the picture. Dios was able to pick up the victory over Cole Johnson at EFW. Yeah, I don't know the name of the guy Miles fought.
It was
But
like
he
D something. It was
was not likable.
yeah, he was. But hey, I mean, like I said, I always love seeing Miles. He's always like one of the best. He always gets
Miles was pretty over. Miles was pretty over. We did have a case. All right, Tony. Look, and you've seen this before. You've seen this before. I don't like this, and I know that they're probably not going to hear it, so I really don't care. There's a guy on EFW's roster. His name's Punishment, Kyle Horton or something. I'm not 100% sure his name.
He's a cop or like an ex-cop or something.
Yeah, he's like an ex-cop or something like that. Like, he's the Punisher, whatever. It's an okay.
Right. Okay.
I'm not ragging on his gimmick. I'm ragging on his people. I'm ragging on his friends that he needs to tell his friends. Okay, the dude sold 25 tickets.
Yeah, easily.
There was 3 rows behind me, and every one of them motherfuckers had his T-shirt on.
Okay? Damn. Nice. Okay.
After his match, Tony, they all fucking left.
Yep.
They literally and in a place they these were just EFW tapings, so we were in the little room. In a place where there's only 50 fucking seats, when 30 people leave.
Right.
And what's even crazier is they did 3 TV tapings. He was on the last taping.
Second to last.
Co-main event.
Second to last.
So really,
they stayed.
They stayed for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't hang out for one more match?
Right.
Oh, and you know what? Now that we're sitting here talking about it, I do actually have an answer for you. My favorite match, at least, was Pepper Pride and Sebastian's tag team match that they tag teamed the night before. They fought for the Baddies title.
They got into it. I forgot about that.
They were not. I mean, they worked well together, but they were feuding the whole time.
They were making them. They were making those hard tags, Tony. You're gonna tag in.
Got it.
Yeah.
A little feud going on there. I like this.
Yeah.
It's going for feisty.
Sebastian was very surprised obviously when they lost the title, but still, I don't think it came pretty quick out of nowhere. Like Sebastian didn't want to give up her Baddies title. So there's gonna be some stuff there between her and Pepper Pride.
No, I agree 110%.
I'm here for it.
It was okay, and again, Ashton able to retain his EFW championship over Pastor CeeLo in the main event with some help from Ronnie Rotten. Man bun. He was mad. He was mad. But we caught him on some stuff. I'm not gonna call him out on the pod. We caught him on some stuff. Oh, Ronnie Rotten with his broke down glasses. It was an okay show. It was okay. I ain't gonna sugarcoat anything. It was okay. It wasn't the best I've seen.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate coming out. I love coming out. I love supporting them. Just a couple things I seen from the fans I wasn't too happy about. I know that Tommy was getting pissed because these kids kept coming up and standing in front of him. We paid for front row. They paid for front row. You know what I'm saying? The kids, and it's that we want the kids to have fun, but I want to be able to see too because I paid for the front row. The kids are
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get where Tommy was coming from with that. So they weren't too bad. The kids were, we asked them kind of, can y'all scoot this way? They scooted. So the pizza was good though. They got pizza and cinnamon sticks.
Man, those cinnamon sticks, Mikey, those were
I've never seen them before. We had to grab some of them. They were delicious.
My man was like, "You want the last one?" I had a piece of gum in my mouth, and I was like, "I wish I could, my guy."
It was good. So overall wrestling weekend, man, pretty solid. Once again, Northeast Ohio putting it down. Shout out to the wrestlers this weekend that wrestled twice: Sebastian, Ashton, Cole Johnson, Butchie B,
Pepper Pride,
Pastor CeeLo, Pepper Pride. Putting on, and I love it. You gotta love it. You love to see it.
Absolutely to see it.
I know that again. Next show coming up for Mega's March 22nd. Before that, we have RSW coming back to town on the 15th. On February 8th, we'll get more into this next week, but on February 8th, RSW is back in West Virginia headed for a heartbreak. We'll get
Old
into that.
Stabby Vince gonna be down there breaking some hearts.
Old Stabby Vince headed down to announce, break them hearts, do the damn
I'm not
thing.
announcing. I'm just gonna go down though.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
See what happens.
Oh, I'll be doing something all right.
Hey, yo.
Stabbing people.
But we'll get more into that. I'm hoping to have a special guest on to join us next week and talk a little bit more about some things. But we got a couple minutes left, boys. One of my favorite events is coming up of the WWE calendar. Tim Cross in the chat, he said you are the play-by-play, my guy. So you will be doing something. One of my favorite events is coming up on the WWE calendar. It starts the road to WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excited,
What,
man.
what are we thinking, boys? Is John Cena winning this Rumble?
Oh, if we're going right for that,
What do you got? Give me your theories first before you go, because
There's so many.
I only got two, and they're only predictions for participants.
Okay.
Actually, my bad. Three. I have three that I wanted to throw out there. So, obviously, we've seen TNA and NXT, doing their thing. Joe Hendry is going to make an appearance at Royal Rumble.
I think so too.
Our new TNA champion. I also want to think maybe, just maybe, Matt Cardona shows up. There's been a little bit of rumblings on the back end. Now I know that
I've heard that too.
And if we got R.I.P. Zack Ryder back in the WWE ring, that's gonna make me really happy. Now third was I was hoping to see Dolph Ziggler back in there.
Nick Nemeth.
Nemeth.
But then I also found out that Mance Warner just signed with TNA.
Yes, he did. He came out because he is the 23 with Steph DeLander.
And now
new digital media champion.
I would love to see Mance Warner show up at the Royal Rumble. And those are my three predictions.
All right. So who do you think's winning it then? Let's go into that before you think. Who do you think's winning?
So John Cena obviously has his stakes.
Yes.
But you know who hasn't had a good W in a long time? Who I hate to say it, but he puts in like a lot of work for WWE, not just wrestling wise, but like promos and this and that. Dominic Mysterio.
No way does Dominic win the Rumble.
You think?
No way.
How crazy would it be, though? How crazy would it be?
But the only look, I would give you that if Damian Priest was still the world champion.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Damian Priest was still the world champion, you could work that into a Judgment Day storyline.
Like coming back for it, yeah.
Yep. Like Dominic's coming and we're the Judgment Day, and I'm taking that title from. I could see that.
I just, when I haven't seen somebody doing so much work and not have a title run. But fair.
I could see him winning Money in the Bank this year.
Okay.
He's the Sly trying to weasel his way into, win the title and stuff like that. And then maybe next year before Money in the Bank goes around to cash in. So he's got a year to build.
Fair enough.
You want to hear my far-fetched theory?
I would love to.
Okay. John Cena wins the Rumble.
Okay.
Because there's a partnership with TNA. Who does he challenge at WrestleMania?
Shut up. No.
He challenges Joe Hendry.
No.
Because Joe, listen, I said far-fetched. He challenges Joe Hendry because he's never won the TNA title. Joe Hendry said he would love to fight John Cena. And then John Cena wins the TNA title. It's classified as a world championship. That's 17. He beats Ric Flair.
Would WWE be willing to acknowledge the TNA You know what I mean?
Well, they got a
as
partnership
his
now.
title.
They signed a
like-
contract.
But like the NXT title is on the same to them is on the same level as the TNA World title. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they'd be willing to put the TNA World title up on the upper echelon like the WWE titles are.
Maybe putting it on the upper, but I would say they all belong on the same shelf.
I agree.
That's John Cena's shelf.
Exactly.
I think
All right,
WWE
now-
doesn't see it that way.
Now here's my other theory. Either CM Punk or John Cena wins. Either one. Doesn't matter. The one that doesn't win goes into the Elimination Chamber
Right.
and wins that. So let's say the Elimination Chamber is Gunther's title. And CM Punk or John Cena wins the Rumble. John Cena gets a title shot in WrestleMania. CM Punk wins the Elimination Chamber and he is the champion. So that CM Punk gets his WrestleMania moment that he's always wanted against John Cena. John Cena beats CM Punk. John Cena wins his 17th world title. And then on Monday or whatever, John Cena can fucking retire. You know, or to vacate the title. I did what I came to do with this. Now I'm going to focus on this.
And it would pay homage to way back when him and Punk
When
had
him
that
and Punk
long
and-
feud.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think doing it for the world title instead of the WWE title would really establish the world title. Like, because right now I feel like that's almost like your new IC belt to me. Like, that's your like.
It's popcorn.
I
now.
love Gunther, but Gunther is so stale. Like,
Dude, I liked him better as the IC champ when he had his run.
he just comes out. He just comes out and he's like, "I'm a good wrestler," and we're like, "We know, we know.
I am a good wrestler.
We've seen it. We've seen you chop the shit out of people. We know you're a good wrestler, but that's really all you got." And you know, I said this when he beat Damian Priest at SummerSlam. I was like, "Who the fuck's gonna beat him? Like,
right.
Who's gonna beat him?
It's got to be a Punk or a John Cena, somebody that
it's
established.
Cena makes sense because could you see Cena? Gunther's on the level as Big Show. You fucking give the attitude adjustment to fucking Gunther.
Yeah, he stays down. Well, and he would do that double. He would roll through and hit a second one just because it's Gunther.
Yep.
You know,
and just to show off that he's fucking 45 years old and he can still power.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, I think I read a couple things about surprise entrants, and surprise entrances are my favorite. They've always been my favorite, and I hate the fact that there's so many wrestlers now that the surprise entrants are just NXT guys.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
TNA guys.
I like I want Tatanka. Not necessarily Tatanka, but you know what
We
I'm
just
saying?
saw him last year. He's not running.
I know.
I
but
want Mean Street Posse.
But no, like somebody like that. Like, give me somebody from the Attitude Era, like that's gonna just give me a pop of the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I understand that we're not gonna get it anymore because there's so many, and you're taking roster spots away from younger guys. Because like I read something that said that Mick Foley and Hacksaw Jim Duggan were gonna make an appearance in the Royal Rumble match, and I was like, wait, what?
Huh.
Like what?
I could see them doing Mick.
I can see like the sock, like him throwing the sock to somebody, and then like Hacksaw throwing like the fucking 2x4
board or something. Yeah, I don't need to see, like that's on the same level as Ric Flair saying that he would love to get back in the ring and have another match. Like, dude, he's trying to die.
Right. My man's trying to die.
I mean, I'm really excited for the Royal Rumble. Obviously, we get, there was a ladder match. As the other matches, was it Cody and Kevin?
Yep.
Yeah, ladder war.
The Unify, I believe, or I think was that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm curious. Do you think they're gonna keep the Winged Eagle title?
I feel like they're gonna update it.
I think so too. I hope so.
It'll be like a combination of the two smashed together.
Yep.
Yeah, ladder match. So far, it's been announced. So, who do you think is going to have the most eliminations this year in the men's Rumble?
Probably like Braun.
Braun Breaker. Yeah.
Yeah, Braun
Thinking
Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
That's funny. Was that really your first thought too, Tony? Because that's like the first person in my head.
Braun Breaker was the first
That's so funny.
I don't think anybody will ever get to the level of a 13 like Kane did, because I think Kane holds the record at like 13. Nobody will ever get to that, but like that's.
Well, no, I mean Braun Strowman, somebody like that big, maybe. Too many.
I could have
I mean,
swore Kane has like accumulated most, but somebody beat his for like single, like Roman or somebody stupid beat him for like.
I think you're right. Actually, I think Roman got it.
But Kane has the most like overall eliminations in Royal Rumble.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm
30 of them. All right, what about women's too, though?
Okay, so yeah, who do we have? Anybody? I think Jordan Grace is an obvious.
Jordan Grace. I'd probably only guess again just because the TNA like. So you have a bunch of people that used to run in NXT that work for TNA, like Zia Brookside and Stephanie Lander. So I could see them showing up too.
Wow. Actually, the record for most eliminations is 13, but it's Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that was that one year that he was just eliminating everybody as they came out.
Yes. He's tied with Braun Strowman, but Braun Strowman eliminated 13 in the Greatest Royal Rumble or whatever, that bullshit in Saudi Arabia, so I don't count that.
Yeah, that don't count.
That doesn't count. Roman had 12 and Kane had 11 in 2001. Wow. So Roman, I mean, that record stood from 2001 to 2014. Roman got 12 in 2014, and then Brock Lesnar got 13 in 2020.
You think AJ Lee's coming back?
I mean, there's been rumblings.
I have one or two. I love it.
I know, right? There was a few because Becky isn't back yet.
These records are nuts. Have you seen Charlotte? There's pictures going around of Charlotte. Have you seen Charlotte? She got her fucking face done again.
Again? No, I saw she was like ridiculously like cut up and shit. Like she's nuts.
Whole face. Does like they put a side by side on a Twitter page I saw it on of her like when she came out in NXT and her now, and I was like, shut like she's got like Michael Jackson syndrome or something, dog. Like there was nothing wrong with her. She was pretty.
Right.
It makes no sense.
She saw too much of her own father in her.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, and maybe that's true. Could be true. So this year, John could tie John Cena. There's three people. Yeah, because I assume he's going to be in it too. 3 people that could win the Rumble this year, if they win it, would tie with Stone Cold Steve Austin for most wins ever. Stone Cold's won the Rumble 3 times. Only person ever to do it. This year, John Cena's in the Rumble.
John Cena could do it.
Cody's do it.
Cody's not in it.
Cody. Oh, that's right. Cody's not in it.
Yeah, so yeah, he can't.
I mean, you would assume
only 2.
He wouldn't. I mean, like usually a heel sometimes will double up and they'll have a match and then might be in the
Cody
Rumble.
Ain't doubling up.
But
I mean, if he does, he's losing. He's losing the title. If he does.
Right. If he
and I assume he hasn't announced. I assume Randy Orton will be in the Rumble.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I don't know if he's hurt again. I know he got a little bit banged up again. He's getting old though. So
he took a pile driver and he's been out for like.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He took Kevin Owens' pile driver. That's right. So yeah, he could win that. And I mean, and then like you said, women's Rumble. I think Jordan Grace will be our surprise entrant for sure. You could definitely maybe see another TNA, knockout.
I'm not sure who's winning that one. I'm a little worried Charlotte's going to come back and just win it, but she doesn't need to.
Hey, Shotzi would be tight if she won it. No, that Shotzi's back. You're probably gonna have Shotzi in there. You'll probably have Gigi Dolan in there.
Dude, I want Io Sky would be sweet. I love
Io Sky would be great.
What's her name? Stephanie Bakir, because Julia just won the title. Julia just won the
Yeah.
title.
Yeah,
Yep.
just won the title.
Stephanie Bakir, that other girl that they just signed from Japan, she'll be in it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean that should be good. Like I said, we got something cooking, Tony, for the Rumble. So we'll off pod talk about it. We got something cooking for the Rumble for sure. That's all we got this week. Next week, like I said, we are going to try to have a little special guest on Chop It Up since we don't have a whole bunch to talk about. We're going to try to get a guest on and tell some stories. Boys, anything else? Vince, you got flowers to give away?
Not so much flowers, just shout out, get well soon to Scott at RSW. He's had a rough week this week, so Scott,
yeah, I know he's home. I know he's home, so we love you, Bubba.
Yep, love you, Scott.
My flowers to give out this week. I'm gonna give out the first set to Big Papa Johnson. 1 hour to showtime. We had something fucked up happen, and he jumped in his truck and made it fixable real quick, and they ran all over right in time for the show. So shout out to him for that. Always showing up for the squad. My second set of flowers goes out to Stabby. We gave him a couple matches on the thing, and Brandon said give him one on the main card. And fucking killed it. So
thank you.
Shout out to Vince, killing it, doing a great job. And prayers up to big, sketchy Nate. I hope he's okay. So we'll check in on you later this week. But boys, it has been a good week. I hope everybody has a great week that is hanging out with us. And we will see you all next week, same time, same place, right here at 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah.